I am Andrew Prell with Startup Idol. Startup Idol is like American Idol meets Angel List. It's a true Web 3.0 interactive event designed to virtualize Silicon Valley pitch contest. This allows startups around the world to participate while adding new key elements of validation and traction to the Silicon Valley pitch contest. The way it is structured is much like the NCAA tournament brackets. We have 2 qualifying weeks where startups sign up and practice on the system. They submit their best practice session and the public votes them in or out. The top 64 get selected to enter the tournament. They will be judged in heats of 4 with the top 2 from each heat advancing to the next week. The way the heat will run is the startup CEO enters a 5-way video conferencing session much like this one with professional judges all remotely. That session is broadcast to the live internet. The CEO gets 2 minutes to deliver his pitch, his elevator pitch like I'm doing here. The panel gets 5 minutes for Q&A with the CEO and 5 minutes to depart the wisdom on them. Then everybody votes and the top ones from that heat move to the next round. At the end of every day, we will have a Sports Center style wrap-up show with Nolan Bushnell and 2 other professionals recapping the highlights of that day's events. The home audience points leader can also interject their insight at the show. During the 5 weeks of the tournament, the audience will provide validation and traction for the startups. We will know Startup Idol is a success if a startup gains over 100,000 users during the tournament. So it's a cool, fun, and helpful way to launch startups. Thank you.
Where and when will all this take place?
We're going to start it at South by Southwest, March 9th.
You really have Nolan Bushnell, the founder of Atari. What will he be doing?
Yes, he has graciously accepted to host our daily wrap-up show, and we're going to get 2 to 3 others to round out the insight for that show.
What does the winner get?
We're working out the prizes with our sponsors right now, but for now, they get to pitch to some of the top investors in the country and receive traction and validation from real users on their products.
Does it cost anything?
There's a great deal that goes on behind the scenes to put on an event like this. However, the sponsors are picking up the bill to make sure, so make sure you thank them.
You mentioned Agora Technologies. Are there other partners involved?
It was built on Agora Technologies Sessions platform, and we have also partnered with WeVideo.com to host and provide online editing of all videos this will produce.
You mentioned gamification. Could you elaborate on how that works?
Well, there's several layers of gamification. First, the startups. For the startups, it is designed to reward them for practicing on the system and rating feedback, basically doing the things that will help them succeed. The points they accumulate will be used to help select the starting 64 and then decide all tiebreakers from that point forward. The second level is for the audience. The audience gets their points for participation. They get points from signing up as users with all the startups. The more they sign up with, the more points they get. The more feedback they give the startups, the more points they get. And it needs to be helpful feedback. And then the more friends that they bring over to watch Startup Idol, the more points they get. And the more sessions they go through and participate in, the more points they get.
What are those points good for? What do they get?
We're negotiating the prizes with the sponsors right now. However, we do know that the daily point leaders will earn the right to join the wrap-up show and get their 60 seconds of fame and provide their thoughts on that show. Thank you.